Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Baby Reviews. This is the final night in New York and it's that customary time of the year, time of every holiday, when I have to drink my way through bottles of beer that we cannot fit in the suitcase because we make it too heavy. So we're going to finish off with some good nights, me and Mother. We're going to go for 3 little beers. So we've got Saint Bretta by Stave. I only kind of really found them recently with their VA Saison, the Old Woman Saison. This is a citrus wild beer with 100% Brettanomyces, fermented oak furders with citrus. I really enjoyed the Saison that they had, so I had to try some more Crooked Stave whilst I was out here and saw some bottles, so I thought I'd try it. The other one is, the next one is Dogfish Head's Santo Marron, Palo Santo Marron, which is a malt beverage aged on Palo Santo wood, and I think it's got crazy stuff in it. Paraguayan Palo Santo wood, unfiltered, unfettered, unprecedented brown ale. Okay, it's not as crazy as I thought, but it's Asian Santo Marron wood, whatever that might be. And the final one is an Alesmith. I was going to take this home, but then I thought you can sort of get it every now and again off some of the websites, not at $9, which this one costs, which is crazy. But this is Alesmith Grand Cru, which is a golden ale. Dark chestnut coloured Belgian style ale with vibrant fermentation aromas of fruity esters and spicy phenols, so they say. So we shall start off probably with the Bretta beer, because it's going to have some slightly light flavours. I think it's quite light in colour, so I'll crack this one on open. They have these kind of funky little bottles to oh, actually there's loads of, because it's been on its side in the fridge, can you see the kind of yeast stain down the side of the bottle? Anyway, I'll mix it up a little bit, and now I've picked a bit of glasses, we can actually have a separate glass for each beer, which is always nice. So, the Saint Bretta. We have a nice kind of straw yellow, almost kind of going on apricot coloured beer here. There's a nice bit of head that's got, well, a tiny bit of head, but it's going to lace quite nicely, I think. It's leaving kind of stains of the nice bottle fermented yeast, Brettanomyces all the way inside of it. So it's 100% Brett, this one. So it means fermented from beginning to end with just Brettanomyces. None of the typical yeast flavours should come through, and depending on what Brett strain they've used, that will contribute a major amount of flavour, and obviously citrus included as well, so we're going to see something slightly fruity, who knows. So on the nose, it's a particularly lemony and slightly tart Brett strain they used. I've just had a look and it's 5.5%, so it isn't particularly strong. It's sessionable for Americans at least. And there's a typical kind of tart, funky horse blankety sort of smells mixing with that lemon, and it's got a little bit of something slightly sour to it, some sort of acid forming in it, and there's a nice bit of vanilla over the top of it too, and oak. In fact, there's a lot of oak. That's the one thing I hadn't mentioned, and it does smell quite nice. I'm not particularly hugely picking up citrus as of yet, but we'll see what we get on the palate. So cheers. Okay, right, so the initial flavours is a bit of funk, a bit of the barnyard flavour, along with kind of a little hint of sweetness actually. I'm assuming they fully ferment it, but there's just a little bit of residual sweetness on the tongue, and then you get the tartness coming through, you get those lemony flavours, and then you do get this nice finishing note of just something a little bit more citral. Something more akin to oranges, but a little bit sour still, somewhere in between. Yuzu, let's say yuzu, which is kind of a Japanese kind of halfway between a grapefruit and an orange, really. And it's that sort of flavour you get towards the end, and also I'm getting a little bit of like nuttiness too. Yeah, you're just at the end. If I just let it set a little while, you get this like nuttiness, some kind of residual malt flavour as well. It's a super easy drinker, that's for sure. Very well balanced. A little bit of interest from that extra addition of citrus in it, really. maybe it's a bit oaky towards the back end. Perhaps it's just a taste of wood rather than wheaty nuttiness, taste of oak wood, or whatever particular barrel they used. Very altogether, very well balanced, very well made for sure. I'd certainly have another one. I don't think it's particularly breaking the banks, and we've had some really good sour beers at where the wild beers are on Saturday here in New York. This still stands along them quite nicely head to head, so I'll probably give this an 8.5. It's a really nice ale actually, and I look forward to finishing that glass in a few minutes' time when we've gone through the rest of them. So next up, we shall crack open the Palo Santo by Dogfish Head. This one clocks in at 12%. Oh, there we go. It's quite strong on this. I have no clue. When it comes to Dogfish Head beers, I have absolutely no clue what they're going to taste like, because you never know what these guys do. So we have kind of like a dark chestnut coloured beer here, bordering on completely pitch black. In fact, holding up to the light, you can't see anything come through, but it's almost like a very, 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 very dark brown colour. Nice off-white. Again, very dark coloured head on it actually, a lot darker than I was expecting. But it laces really well too. There's a lot of carbonation, I'm not sure if it'll come out on the camera, there's a lot of carbonation down the sides of the glasses as well. So, let's get in there for a nose. Oh, that is very interesting. Wow, it has a real hit of coffee. I want to say coffee. Doesn't say it was aged on coffee. But it's like a super intense kind of vanilla note. Wow, it's really floral. I don't know what the best way to describe it. I mean, obviously it's the wood that it's been aged in. But as if you were getting like oak aging, you get really typical kind of vanilla and this slightly woody character, obviously. This one you're getting like an intense vanilla-y, slightly coffee-esque smell. And it smells really sweet as well, actually, I might add. Really sweet and almost floral. What kind of flowers am I thinking here? Something very sweet and floral, that's for sure, but that's my initial reaction. Not what I was expecting at all on the nose. Kind of caramelly. Very unusual, but certainly enticing. So, cheers everyone, let's give it a try. Wow, it's thick and it's rich. There's a lot of sweet, very rich, dark, almost molasses kind of malt character. And then develops and you get that what the aroma, what I got on the nose, that vanilla and floral note comes through towards the back end, and then it just all tapers out into a kind of semi-sweet licorice root sort of flavour. But it's as thick as treacle. Drinks like it too, it's like gulping it down. Very intense and thick mouthfeel. Flavour coats the entirety of the mouth. This is an impressive beer. This wood that they found's got some interesting flavours in. Nothing too OTTs, it's like, what am I drinking? But it's just something slightly interesting. Very intense in flavour, obviously 12%. Having said that, there's not a huge amount of booze down the chest. There's a little bit of a trickle, but not a huge amount. This is interesting, and I like this. Sometimes, from what I've heard from American friends, because I've not had a huge amount of Dogfish beers myself, they are hit and miss occasionally. This one's definitely a hit in my books. Very interesting, like it a lot. I might even go for a 9.5 on this. This is just really interesting. It's intense and it's special. It's something different. Yeah, it's really good, this. Cool. I almost don't want to move on now to the Grand Cru, but hey ho, we'll move on to the Grand Cru. Final beer we've got tonight. As I said, this one is the darkened. There's the Grand Cru and then there's the Honey Devil, I think, which is the pale one, and the Grand Cru is the dark chestnut colour Belgian style instead. This might take a little bit of fiddling around to get open actually, because I'm terrible with the big caps. There we go. Almost got it. There we are. Big ass caps and foil didn't really help. These things are terrible. They're kind of slightly bigger caps. Can't ever get them off on use of time. So pull this off. And we should pour some into a glass and see what we have. So, oh, it's kind of like an intense orange colour as you're pouring it. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it's kind of a really deep amber. Lovely, pardon me, lovely and crystal clear though. compared to the other two. Obviously the Bretta is full of yeast, and the Palo Santo wood one is Palo Santo Marron wood one is very dark. This one's a lovely, intense ruby, perhaps blood orange kind of colour. Nice man head again, and it's lacing fantastically already. Look at that slide down the side of the glass. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? In terms of ABV, this one is 10%, so it's actually weaker than the Marron, and I might have done it the other way around. But I think this one's probably going to have a bit more intense flavour to it. I don't really think anything else, am I? I think it is just what it is. Yeah, so it's just their grand cru, their style of Belgian ale, I suppose. So, on the nose. Yeah, it's huge Belgian esters. Like kind of tutti fruity candy. And I can smell quite a lot of alcohol sweetness as well, actually. And light candy sugar, perhaps even candy floss almost, but an intense kind of cherry sort of flavour too, actually. Stonefruits, but particularly like sour cherries, or maybe even glacé cherries aren't sour at all, are they? But I forget the name of them. Belgian sour cherries, anyway. But it's certainly intense on the nose, and it's got some nice alcohol legs down the side of the glass as well. So, without further ado, cheers everyone. Ooh, really full on in fruity flavours, actually. Nice meaty body, good carbonation. Feels quite a bit lighter than 10%, I must say, but I really am getting that cherry flavour hugely through, like stone fruits, and possibly even kind of raspberry, like a sweetened raspberry or strawberry flavour. It's beautiful though. It again, a super intense flavour you cannot hide away from the flavours it's giving you, despite having quite a strong one with the Palo Santo Marron. It's dominating the palate. It's sweet. It's got the candy sugar flavour. It's got tons of cherries in it, and plummy flavours, and almost kind of sort of golden syrup and candy sugar, candy floss, tutti frutti, picking out words and things that I can liken it to. But that is an impressive beer too. You could easily sit, very easily sit, and drink your way through quite a lot of it and get remarkably drunk, but be extremely happy because it just is smooth and well balanced and thought through, and I just can't believe it is what it is, really. It just feels like it must have had loads of pops in it and loads of different modifications to it, but it just is what it is. It's just a Belgian, kind of dark Belgian beer, almost double, I guess, would be the best way to describe it, but so much more fruity than other Belgian doubles. I really refuse to believe that they haven't put something else in it, but it just doesn't seem like it. Wow, it's cool. It's a really nice beer, that. It's kind of baffling. It's one of those beers that has a style to it, but pushes the boundaries of the style. It's great. Really enjoy that. That's a fantastic beer. That's another 9.5 actually. When you compare the Palo Santo Marron and this together, obviously completely different flavours, but they both kind of have that little extra. They have a little something that just pushes them above what else I've tried. I mean, this is on the same kind of standards as, I wouldn't want to say it's on the same kind of standards as some of the Belgian ales I've had, but it pushes the boundaries for sure. Alesmith are a great brewery anyway. Pardon me. Lots of carbonation. But there you go, this will be the last couple of beer reviews from New York. There is a Belgian beer bar in the airport, so we might make a trip there, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I want to be drinking at early afternoon at least, especially before a very long flight. But there you go, I've had two great beers and one really good beer as well tonight, and I had a fantastic time. Weather well beers, I was brilliant. Going to see Jimmy at Brooklyn was absolutely mind-blowingly cool, and I picked so many goodies up from him, glass being one of them, and also a bottle of the Wild Streak by Brooklyn, their first commercial sour beer that I've already had, but we popped up and he said just keep it, celebrate, and I guarantee you in a year it will kill, it will absolutely kick your ass. So looking forward to that as well. Got a tour around all the barrel rooms, been to some great bars. New York City is a great place if you want to come and you want to get some good beer, you want to have a good time, good food, good sights, everything is an entire package. I can seriously recommend going to Toast and Luxus, which are the evil twin Yippee on It Bioxa's restaurant and bar. Luxus is going to be the next one of these kind of Noma places, I can guarantee it, and Toast is just an amazing, super rare beer that they've got on tap there all the time. So yeah, there you go from New York City. Thank you for all for watching. I hope I don't blabber too much. Some of the videos, the quality of them is going to be quite bad, unfortunately, or has been, because I might have released them already. But I'll try my best to get them all together. And once again, thank you. So from New York, goodbye.